Hello.
Hello.
Week 54 and 55. We're doing 2 weeks because
2 weeks, yeah, because it was kind of we're getting home and we were going to take a little bit longer, but then we're still with Matt, and so we wanted to get back to we had to get back to Cairns. So we're in Cairns for how long? 2 nights.
2 nights. So we're home now, as you can see.
Yeah, we've got back. We're home.
We're at home.
Yeah.
So we got home this week, but we stayed at Mossman with Matt because we just wanted to stay in the go in the swimming pool again. It was pretty hot, and the swimming pool was inviting. So we stayed at Mossman overnight. Good supermarket there, really good Woolworths supermarket there. And then a couple of nights in Cairns.
Yeah, well, we just kind of...
we really couldn't leave, Matt.
But it was an Ingenia caravan park. So it was a different park to where we stayed last time.
Yeah.
And Matt was in Cairns to pick his son up, and then he was going to head across to Northern Territory.
Yeah.
And we were going to continue going south.
Yep.
So, so we caught up with Brad, his brother, at the park. Had a couple of nights there. And we went back to the Indian, which was awesome. It was that good when we were there the first time in Cairns. We had to go back. It was such good Indian food. Yeah. And then went to the brewery again, little alleyway brewery.
That was good.
Yeah, that was excellent. Yeah, not a huge amount of beers, but just an awesome little
cool
backyard brewery pub. It's awesome.
It's like it's in a garage.
Yeah, someone's garage. Yeah, but it's really nice. So check that out. That's really good.
Really cool. And then we stayed just a quick overnight stop in Gumloo pub. That was cool. They did good burgers and meals there. It was very windy. There weren't a lot of trees around.
No, it's pretty open there. So, but it was really just a stop on the way down. That sort of thing, hot shower and that sort of thing. So it was nice. It is a nice kitchen there, nice facilities. It's really good. It was pretty cheap. It was
it was really reasonable, and you
so that was well worth a stop there. From there we pushed on down, and we had a night in Yamba, which we'd kind of driven through on the way up.
I did a meeting from there on the way up.
I did a meeting on the way
There's
up.
nothing there.
There's nothing there, so this is little sort of, there's a fuel station, and then it was getting late, so we thought, we'll just stop here. And we pulled in over there for the night, free camp for the night, and that was pretty good. So
toilets and stuff there.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah.
And then pushed on down to, our goal was to get to Redcliffe, and we were aiming for about, actually, we're going to pull into the Sunshine Coast first and have like a late afternoon tea, something with Di's brother. But we got about 170 k's north of Brisbane, and bang, we had a rear tyre sidewall blowout.
I've never seen a tyre shred.
Wow, it was just bedlam. And then
unbelievable.
So, and I managed to, we did call the RACV, but I managed to change the tyre over just as he arrived. And then, and we had tested, Di's dad and I had put on the spare tyre and, pumped it up and that sort of thing. I thought, it hasn't got any holes in it. It's great. Put it back under as a spare. Didn't think anything of it. What I'd suggest is when you test your spare tyre, actually drive it around for a couple of weeks. Because we got about 50 k's, probably about 80, 90 k's further south. And things had started getting a little rougher and rougher as we were driving. And I ended up pulling over in this service station. And what's meant to be a fairly flat tread surface had kind of ballooned up into kind of some weird sort of apexy sort of thing all the way around. So actually the tread had started separating from the tyre. So that was no good. So we called out the RACV again and he came out and looked at it and said, mate, and so the car wouldn't drive. So it was fun. It was like I was driving with the brakes on. Got him out and he said, no, it's just because that tyre is now a different size to the other tyre, it's tripping your ABS and it's, you can't drive this. Even if that wasn't the case, you couldn't drive on this tyre. So call out the tow truck. That was
a palaver though, because RACV and RACQ, so you ring but it only puts you through to RACQ.
Because our membership's with RACV.
But then they couldn't quite work out.
No one could.
We had to speak to RACV, but you have to ring RACQ because that's the only number. So they then have to put you through to RACV so you can confirm your we could confirm our membership, just so that they could tow the vehicle for us.
We were lucky that we were only 70 k's north. We were about 44 k's north, because the limit, I think, is something like 60 k's or something is the limit.
We thought it was
unlimited
when you
get the premium platinum RSE. It is not. You only get a certain amount of distance. So don't think that it's unlimited.
But the guy that came out was really good. He was really helpful. And
ironically, I had the car booked in at Redcliffe anyway, because I wanted to put 4 new tyres on, because one of them has sort of started to scrub a little bit on the outside, and the 2 on the rear, of which one of them has now blown out, was the ones originally on the van. So I thought, it's probably time to just change all the 4 tyres. I'll just get them all done at the same time. Didn't quite make it, and but anyway, we got towed directly to the tyre shop. At which point I rang them up the next morning and said, the car's actually there, can we duck down and they were able to do it straight away, and so that was good.
It was a bit sad seeing the Delica getting towed, but I mean, we've made it all around Australia. It's done well. It's done really.
And it wasn't the off-roads that killed it, it was the Stuart Highway.
Is it the Bruce Highway?
Oh, the Bruce Highway.
Some bloke's highway in Queensland. So the sealed roads in Queensland.
Details are sketchy at this moment.
That did it in. So we stayed about a week in Redcliffe to catch up with
Nige again.
Nige again.
And Lily.
And Lily. So that
was awesome. Always good to catch up with them. And then Matt had told us about Bald Rock National Park.
Which is just near the border. Of Queensland and New South Wales. Just over into New South Wales.
And there was some big rains coming, and so we got out of Brisbane, but we didn't quite beat them, because it bucketed down as we drove to Bald Rock, and it bucketed down overnight. But then the next day was actually, and it looked like it was going to keep raining, but we thought, you know what, we're here, we'll get out, we'll go for a walk. A lot of the actual couple of tracks were shut because of, I think, the water damage and that sort of thing. But we hiked up to Bald Rock. And it was magnificent. The colours and the
absolutely beautiful.
Anywhere near Bald Rock, go to Bald Rock National Park.
Definitely.
It's brilliant.
Stop
Absolutely
in there.
brilliant.
It was fantastic. And camping, we saw a spotted quoll.
Spotted quoll. Very rare, apparently.
Very rare, but kept coming into our
and the rumour, and on reading reviews, people feed them. Don't feed the wildlife, guys. They're meant to be wild. Spotted quolls are rare. When humans and animals hang out together, it never ends well for the animals.
Or sometimes the humans.
Well, it tends to work well for us. But so anyway, it was good to see one, but he was very familiar, wandering our campsite, and that's not cool.
That's not good.
But he was cool to see.
But Bald Rock itself, amazing. Absolutely. Go there. It's it's quite a... It's an okay walk, but it's a little challenging, because you're walking up the side of a rock with no rails or anything like that. So you have to be sure of foot. But once you get up the top,
it's not like beautiful. Hiking through Carragini, through some of the gorges in Carragini or anything. No, but it's
on a rock.
I know, but it's not as physically challenging as that. So it's not physically challenging as such. It's probably more just you're up fairly high. So
but the rocks could be, because there were areas where you walk across the rock and you're walking across a rock face. That's on, so you're on quite an angle, and there's no barriers.
You want good grippy shoes.
I like that there's no
good
barriers.
Grippy shoes. You can't be barriers. They've got good grippy shoes.
Good grippy shoes.
Other than that, it's not too difficult.
So from there we went down to Tenterfield.
We just stopped in for lunch.
Just for lunch. I liked it.
It's a really nice town. Someone said, don't go to Tenterfield. What are you going to Tenterfield for? I said, because, the song Tenterfield Satellite, Peter Allen, I wanted to see it. And it's actually a really awesome town.
It was a really cool little town. We stayed in Armidale, but I didn't like Armidale as much as Tenterfield.
No, I mean, everyone's, each their own. Everyone's just go to Armidale. But we probably preferred the look of Tenterfield to Armidale, but
it was just a little bit smaller, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Armidale was nice, but Tenterfield had a quite a little charm about it.
Yeah.
So, and then after
it
Tenterfield,
did keep raining, so we did hightail. So it does make me laugh that it took us 5 months to get all the way up to the top, and then about 3 weeks to get down back to Melbourne.
Well, from the tip down to Cairns, down to Brisbane really was fine.
Yeah,
it's just from Brisbane on. The rain was just was terrible.
With rain.
But so in Armidale it was just sloppy, wasn't it? So, and I think then it was shut down. It was cut off for a few days after we left. It just kept raining, and just the water's got nowhere to go. The ground's so sodden that it's just no runoff now. So it's just seeping in, and so feel for those people up through there. But
so we pushed on and went to Dubbo, which was only meant to take us about 4 hours and took us 8.
Yeah, because the roads were closed from all the flooding and that. So we made it there eventually, and that was cool. We didn't stay long again because of wanting to get back and get through New South Wales while everywhere was flooding. We were okay in the caravan park, but when we left that a few weeks after, that caravan park did flood. Yeah. But we were okay while we were there. And we went to Dubbo Zoo, and that was pretty cool. I always wanted to go to Dubbo Zoo. We were kind of, because we're on a bit of a time frame and a hustle now, so we had the morning, and I
felt that was
the morning was quite long. Like if you've only got half a day, you can still go around Dubbo Zoo, and it's so well laid out.
We drove around.
You don't need to drive, actually. I reckon walking was pretty easy.
Walking was easy.
In fact, if you've got bikes up the east coast, because we bought bikes up the Northern Territory and west coast, that wasn't the best idea because they got covered in this dust. And even if you took your bikes up to the tip, they would all get a bit dusty. But for the most part of the east coast, if you're not going right to Cape York, even if you're going as far up as Cooktown, the bikes are
really
a great idea up the east coast because they'd be so useful. So I would say if you got bikes, take your bikes to Dubbo Zoo and just have a bit of a ride through.
Yeah, I think you can hire. Could you hire bikes? Bikes there?
Don't.
You probably could.
Probably could.
But take
really
your bikes. It was really good, and we saw some animals that we didn't know existed. Had never seen.
Yep.
So Dubbo Zoo was awesome.
Very good.
From there we went down to Parks.
The dish.
To see the giant dish.
Yeah.
That was really
cool. That was cool. Yeah.
I really liked the dish, and there was kind of all these sciencey things in the garden before you.
Yeah, like a sculpture park museum of science items, and one of them.
How cool was it?
Was this sort of it.
Two big dishes
that kind of
that faced each other.
Yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? They channel the sound over a long distance, right? So you stand at this dish, and you go stand here, and you say something like really quietly, and Di was like 100 meters away, and perfectly she could hear it, like exactly what I said, and I could hear what she said.
Okay, say something now.
Alright, so I'm at the dish. It's probably 100 metres away from the dish that Di's at, and it's quite amazing. I'm just talking fairly quietly to the dish, and she can hear me. So pretty cool. Sometimes I can't hear Di 3 metres away. So this thing was amazing. Really good.
It was really cool. So are you saying we need to get them all through?
All through the house and just carry around a large sort of dish. I could talk into, but I'd have to talk with my back to you so I could hold the dish and channel it in a certain way.
Maybe we'll just stick to the walkie-talkies.
But
so
Parks was really cool. The dish was awesome.
Yeah.
And then we pushed on down to where did we stay?
West Wyalong, which was a free camp. And again, because it had been raining, there were
there's a lot of water around.
A lot of water on the road. Yeah. But I do want to talk about the road on the way down because all the canola was out.
It was the Golden Highway.
And it looked amazing.
If you get the chance to drive through the Golden Highway in canola flower season, do it. It's just phenomenal.
It was really pretty, wasn't it?
Really cool. We didn't really stop to get any photos, did we, unfortunately?
No, not really. We stopped a couple of times. We had taken a couple of photos. Yeah, we did take a couple of photos, but not many for you. But then you don't like to stop. And the
van doesn't like to stop. The Delica cannot
backwards.
be held back. You
can't go backwards. So we've gone, once we've gone past Canola Field, it's too late.
Can't go back.
Unless there's an eagle there.
Wedge-tailed eagles do force the Delica to turn around, yes. But I'm not in control of that. It's just the Delica. It's the way she rolls.
It's up to the belly.
Yeah.
So yeah, we stayed at West Wyalong, and there was quite a bit of water on the ground at West Wyalong, but that was a pretty cool little campground. They had showers and toilets.
Yeah.
There, free camp. That was good camping spot. And then home. And the best thing about being home, our sleeping duck mattress.
Oh yeah, so
So good to be back in our own bed.
Yeah.
What was your highlight, do you reckon, from the 12 months?
Oh, from the 12 months. Oh, you're going right back. Okay, it's for the previous year. I'm gonna say I think Northern Territory, and I expected Kings Canyon to be awesome. I expected Uluru to be amazing, and it was. I think I'd heard mixed reviews on Kakadu, and it was amazing. So that I'm really wrapped with that because it was absolutely stunning. Corroboree Billabong, that houseboat night on the houseboat, Corroboree Billabong was just a spectacular experience.
Yeah.
The West Max, I think the one highlight for me, if I could say only one, I'd say it was that little drive through the West Max.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Before we did Gary Junction Road, that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
If I say the highlight up the East Coast this year, I would say probably just turning up at Fruitbat Falls. Fruitbat Falls was beautiful.
Falls was awesome. I thought it was really cool standing on the tip.
Yeah,
right on the top of Australia, mainland Australia.
Mainland.
I thought that was really cool, standing on the tip.
Yeah. So and Punsand Bay was a pretty cool campground. That was good.
Yeah, that was cool.
So yeah, I think we've had a fantastic time. It's been amazing. So we're just lucky not everyone gets to sort of take 2 years out of their life and bounce around Australia. So it's been amazing. So
absolutely amazing. And I think for me, Australia is a big country, but doing this trip reinforced that, and how amazing.
And it's not like any other country in the world. Just the outback and the beaches and the diversity and the rainforests to red dust outback to stunning crystal clear water, white sand on southern WA, and it's just an amazing continent and country, and it's just been brilliant. So we didn't get to Tassie, sadly. We hoped that we would when we came back. We booked twice. We booked tickets 2 separate occasions to get to Tassie, and had to get home quickly and cancel the first one and push it back, and then didn't get there. So couldn't get there. So we will get there, and we have been to Tassie before. We have been. We spent a bit of time there, and it is beautiful. The Delica didn't see Tassie. The Delica didn't get to Tassie. Quite sad. Yeah. But, maybe her next owner might take her over to Tassie or something. And maybe you'll meet our next owner soon. And that's it. Week 54, 55, and the end of the road. The end of the road for us for Delica Days. So stay tuned. There's more coming. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a big year. Okay. All right. See ya. Bye.